Hi, my name's Nick Osborne, aka the Coffee Detective. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Keurig My KCup in the Keurig brewer. Now, as you probably know, ordinarily when you make a cup of coffee with the Keurig, you just get a single K-cup, drop it in the K-cup holder, close the lid, press the button, and you're ready to brew. But there is another way you can do this, and that is with the purchase of this little doodad, the My KCup. So I'm just going to open it up. I've already taken the plastic wrapping off this, and basically what you have here is a separate K-cup holder, and inside, instead of a K-cup, is a filter. It's like a permanent reusable filter. You use it once, wash it out, rinse it, use it again and again and again. There's a little screen here, probably hard to see, but basically you're filling that with coffee as if you're creating a K-cup, and here it is side by side, pretty much the same size, so you can see how that works. Now, when you use this, you first have to remove the existing K-cup holder assembly from the brewer itself. That's not very complicated. The first one or two times you do it, you'll find it a little stiff, and this is a little odd because in fact the My KCup is made by Keurig, the brewer is made by Keurig, but the way the existing K-cup holder is designed, it doesn't look as if, they haven't made it easy to get in and out. It doesn't look as if they were thinking about using this when they designed this. What I do is I kind of pinch the sides together up near the top and pull it out, and there are these little plastic hooks that kind of bend and grip in here. So once you've taken this out, and you can see again the holder assembly is the same size, very similar in construction, you put that to one side and you drop the My KCup into your brewer. Now, of course we're not quite ready because we haven't put any coffee in there. So we take out the filter, grab ourselves some coffee, and start filling it up. I'm just using a teaspoon here. So basically, if you fill it to the top, to the level of the screen, right to the top level of the screen, you have enough coffee there for about 8 ounces, which is a typical mug of coffee. If you're making a cup of coffee, which is typically 6 fluid ounces, and you don't want it too strong, then put a little less in there. Now, a word about the grind here. In the paperwork that comes with the My KCup, they suggest that you start with a fairly coarse grind, as if you were using a French press, and then maybe work your way up towards a kind of finer grind, as if you were using a drip brewer. I've found, and I know others have found the same, that if you make it too coarse, like you are using a French press, that there's just not enough flavor extracted from the coffee. You end up with a fairly weak brew. So I would suggest you jump straight to the kind of grind you would use for a drip brewer in here. That seems to be about right. I've also experimented, in fact, in making it a little bit finer. If you make the coffee too fine, like you would for making an espresso, what happens is the little openings in the screen get blocked up. It just gets clogged in there, and water starts trying to fly out the top, and it's just not a good thing. But I have from time to time gone a little bit finer in my grind than I would for a drip brewer, not going too far so the filter doesn't get clogged, but just a little way up, and I've actually that's really worked quite well for me. So here we are, we have the ground coffee in the filter basket, and then you just twist and close the top here, not too hard. I had one of these and I twisted it too hard, and there was something in there that snapped, and that seems to be a potential problem with these. So just give it a simple twist so it's locked, but don't, not like it was a big screw on top and you were trying to tighten it. Don't do that. So now I just plunk it in there, and you can see there's a little hole here, in the same way that a hole is ordinarily punctured in the top of the K-cup by the needle up in there. And then you just close that up, press the button, and you brew. When you're done, you take it out, let it cool down a bit because it's very hot when it's just brewed. Reverse the process, take off the top, take out the basket, and I just kind of, well, what I do when I'm behaving myself, I actually turn this over into a little pot I have so that I can add the coffee grinds to my compost. When I'm feeling lazy, actually I just run some water into it and it all goes down the drain. So why would I actually use this when I can perfectly easily just get myself some K-cups and put them in here? After all, that's what it was designed for. Well, there are three reasons. One, magically, and it's kind of Murphy's Law, I always seem to run out of K-cups about a day or two before I'm either due to be sent another box or I go out to the store and get another box. So it's a wonderful backup for when you run out of K-cups, because I can just take the ground coffee that I'd be using in another brewer and use it in here. The second reason is that although there's a very wide choice now in the coffees you can get in a K-cup, you know, there's not every single coffee in the world that is available in K-cup form. So if I buy something a little more exotic, you know, I want to try something a little unusual and it's not available in the K-cup, I can still make that coffee in this brewer simply by getting the beans, grinding them, and using the My KCup instead of the regular basket there. So it just gives you infinite variety in the kinds of coffee you can use in this brewer. And by the way, before I forget, this is the Keurig B60. It's the same setup here. You can use the My KCup in the B30, 40, 60, 70 and the Breville K-cup brewer. So it's not just the B60 this works with. The final reason, and there may be certain times of the month or times in your life when this is important, you know, this is not the most inexpensive way to make your coffee, buying K-cups. You've probably done the math yourself, and this is more expensive than just buying ground coffee and using a drip filter, for instance. So if you still like the convenience of the Keurig, but you actually want to make a saving this month on the cost of the coffee, then just buy, you know, a pound of loose coffee or coffee beans, use this, and your price per cup will be significantly less. It's just a balance between convenience and price. And this will always be the most convenient way to go, because you don't have to clean the unit, you don't have to, you know, put in the grinds and things like that. So this is the ultimate inconvenience. This will save you a few pennies per cup, but you still get to use your Keurig. Thank you very much.